Welcome back, guys, to another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. Today we're going to be going over the Transcendent Embodiment of Fury event, because I've been getting some questions about how you get to stage 4 on this event, as well as just unlocking the Goku Blacks in general. So, to give you guys a comprehensive and easy way to get any of the Goku Blacks that you want, we're going to be going over it right now, and we're going to go through and do runs for 2 of the Goku Blacks together. So to start off, the first thing you want to do is decide which Goku Black you want to go for, because their typing is what determines which one you're going to go for. For the order of which one they are, you can go ahead and go to the mission tab and it'll show you from there. So it goes AGL, Tech, Intelligence, STR, and then Physical. And we are going to go ahead and try to get the AGL Goku Black first. And then you also have event missions as well there, so you can go ahead and keep that in mind as well. And there is some missions in regards to doing damage, but those aren't as important, because the main thing we want to do here is we want to get the Goku Black and build them out so we're able to use them, because these guys are absolutely insane. So what we have to do is obviously go into the stage, right? And you want to go into your team building and you want to sort the skill effect to change key sphere and have a sort by passive skill and change it to the type that you're going for. So we're going to try to get the AGL Goku Black stage 4 right now. So that's why we have it set to AGL. And you basically just want to throw all the AGL orb changers on your team, as well as some units that have like additional attacks like the Ultimate Gohan there and the Super Saiyan Goku as well. So you have units that are able to kill, because these bosses aren't very hard to kill. You don't have to worry too much about that. But you still want to have like a decent leader skill, and you want to have units that can do multiple attacks. So just in case you don't hit the charge count, you're still able to finish it. The second thing you want to do is you want to make sure that you have items for orb changing going in order. So in this case, the int one will change the orbs from physical to int. Then the tech one will change them from int to tech. And finally, the AGL one will change them from tech to AGL. Chila is also there to change a random key sphere. That is for the rainbow key spheres. That way we can get those to be AGL as well. And this basically just guarantees that you're going to get the amount of orbs that you need. As far as I can tell right now, you need 20 AGL orbs in one phase. Or not in one phase, but you need 20 AGL orbs in the phase that you kill them to be able to get it done. And it only counts the orbs that you get in the third phase of the event. So we're going to go ahead and keep that in mind, and we're just going to go through this. The first 2 phases don't matter. All you have to do is just beat them. And you do have the 6 charge counts right there to do so. And that's what we're going to do here. So we're just going to kind of go through this. These guys do pretty much just die to normal, so there's not much of a concern to be worried about with them. You don't have to obviously use any of your items here for any particular reason. It only counts the third phase of the event for the orbs. We're going to go ahead and let our units finish off this fight for us, and then we'll go into the final third phase, which will then lead us into the final phase. And then we will go ahead and float off that guy and keep these guys on. You would, if you were trying to play like optimally, you want to keep the Super Saiyan Goku in slot 1 because he makes rainbow orbs. So you want him to make the rainbows before Gohan turns them to AGL, because the Super Saiyan Goku could turn those rainbow orb or those AGL orbs into rainbow orbs, and you don't want that. But we don't have to be concerned about that as much because we're using items. This was more if you're trying to do this item list for some reason. If like maybe you were new to the game, you didn't have the items to do the event with the items. In that case, you would still need the units that have the orb changing, but you'll be able to still do it regardless. You do also get a copy of the AGL Goku Black even just when you beat the stage the first time, as long as you get a certain amount of orbs as well, but that counts throughout the whole fight. And these guys do also orb change, so you can just run them to beat their own event, and they'll also help you because of their orb changing. So that is pretty nice of them as well for the newer accounts that don't have access to all the different units that do orb change. But here is the third phase, and this is the phase that does count for our things. So we are, as you guys can see, we have a solid amount of AGL orbs. We're just going to go ahead and grab those. And now with the way the field is lined up, we don't even need to pop the intelligence one. We're just going to pop the tech and then the AGL. And that pretty much gives us all the orbs we'll need to go into that next phase. But we'll just pop, okay. I was going to pop Chilai. I accidentally clicked auto, so I did that instead. Not a problem though. But we go ahead and grab those orbs. Those orbs were already enough, I'm pretty sure, to hit the requirement to get us to go into the fourth phase. But if we don't kill them here, what we will do is obviously next phase, we'll go ahead and do the items again and just guarantee that we do get the orbs. So we're just going to go ahead and let these guys finish off their attacks and finish off their normals, all of those things. If we had popped the Chile, the Goku would have just been able to kill with the SA into the other SA, and that would have been 2 of them down, but that's fine. We do get to take an extra phase here. I don't remember if this Vegeta has the ability to do a third attack yet. I don't believe he does. If he does, it'd be fine. He did. Does he kill? It does not. Okay, that's fine. So here okay, dude, we gotta stop pressing auto on accident, but it is what it is. Then we're just gonna pop this again. There we go, and then pop this again, and then pop off the Chila just because. No reason in particular, just doing this just because. And that didn't do anything. Oh well. But we're just gonna go ahead and grab those EGL orbs, and that should take us into phase 4, which is the thing that a lot of people have been getting comments about or having trouble getting to. But this is pretty much the easiest way you can guarantee get to phase 4 every single turn and every single run. The thing that does suck is you do have to play it on manual, but you only have to do this for the one time. As you guys can see right here, we're going into phase 4. You only have to do this for the first time that you are beating this. After that, you don't really have to keep repeating phase 4. You just have to do this for the first time. So I would say do 5 manual runs. And I mean, here we could just pop the Vegito active and call it a day, since we did end up bringing him. So we'll just pop the Vegito active and he'll go ahead and kill all these guys for us. No problemo. But that's essentially just how you go ahead and just guarantee yourself a phase 4 run. And again, the reason you want to do that is because of the missions. It'll give you the special illustrations. That's like the main thing. And there's no difference between the illustration and the non-illustrated. They have the exact same kit. It's just a visual thing. If you guys want them to look visually different, you guys can do that. I personally honestly like having all the Goku Blacks look the same, like the same pose. I think that looks cooler. But if you want the different visual representation, you can go ahead and do that through this method as well. But you basically just have to do this for one time on each of the colors, and that'll get you your mission done, and then you'll be able to go into basically just auto mode farming it. But again, keep in mind on auto mode, you probably don't want to do auto map. You could do auto battle, but it's probably not good to do auto map on this stage because you don't really want to you want to target which Goku Black you're going for, so you don't want to really be auto mapping on this stage. But yeah, that's pretty much all it is. That's how you get to stage 4. And there you go. We just go ahead and finish it off. That is the AGL one done for us. That'll give us our mission. And then we'll do the tech one next. There we go. We got the special illustration right there. Very cool. And then let's go ahead and build a team for the tech version here. So again, same thing. So we'll just go here. We already have it set. We just change it to tech. And these are all the units that will make tech Kaizers, and we just want somebody that is able to give a tech type leader skill, which this guy works, so we'll just run him. And then you can essentially just run whoever you want here. It does not really matter. These will be the items and the units that we'll run for this specific set, and this time we're going to be going for the tech Goku Black. So let's go ahead and do that here. He's going to be the second phase here. Alright, we are in the second phase here. Let's go ahead and play through this. Same thing as the last one. We want to make sure that we just are able to actually kill the Goku Blacks in time. Nothing else really matters. And as far as the order and everything, that does not really matter yet again. You just kind of are going to go through this, and on the third phase, you pop your items. And once you kill them, you'll be able to go into the final phase. There we are. After this, we will be on the third phase, on which we will go ahead and pop our items on that phase. There we go. And yeah, I mean, again, this is pretty simple. I don't know if there is a point in actually like repeating and doing the stage 4 over and over again. I think the only thing is it gives you is like the special illustration. I'll go to double check that on the side. And then let's not press auto again. That's something that we did keep doing earlier. We're just going to pop one of each item. Go ahead and do that. And then do this. And then we can pop this one. Alright. And then let's just go ahead and grab, that's 14 Tech Key Spheres. And let's just go ahead and pop them again. Because we just want to, I think we will go ahead in one turn here, so I don't want to risk not having enough items or not enough orbs going into the next phase. So that is why we're going to do this. Hopefully this changes the rainbows. Yes, there we go. Perfect. All right, that definitely is going to be giving us enough orbs. So we should be pretty good here. Let's go ahead and just grab that. It doesn't really matter at this point. Let's go ahead and let these guys finish it off, and then we should be going into stage 4. And let me see, additional battle, phase 4, if a certain condition is met, you get to go into it. Goku Black Super Saiyan Rose clone recruited from the event can change key spheres. Goku Black with a special illustration can be recruited as mission rewards by completing the missions that require you to clear phase 4. Yeah, I think that's all it is that you just get the one-time clear with the phase 4, and that'll give you the special illustration. And then I believe, we will check that after this, you can just use the normal illustration to do both the hidden potential and the SA leveling for the other illustration, as far as I'm aware. So we'll go ahead and try to do that after this. That would be the first time in the history of the game if that is how that works. As far as we have it in the game so far, we've never had units with different illustrations be working with each other like that. So we'll see how that plays out, but not a problem at all. Getting some even more tech key spheres here. Should be able to just finish this out. Kind of close there, honestly. I thought we would be able to just finish off with the Zamasu and Troy's rotation. Surprisingly, we were not. But that's fine. Cell should hold down the fort. There we go. And now we should be going into phase 4. And there we are. We can just go ahead and skip that. And now we are on the 4th phase. And that is pretty much it. That's all there is really to this event. You just go ahead and do your one run with the items, and then you can pretty much just normal map it, but auto mode the rest of the grind set. This event does not take that much grind set to begin with, to be honest. Most of it is you just go ahead and clear the stage. You saw the rewards earlier. When you do go ahead and clear the stage, it does give you a good amount of copies as well. So that's like a good chunk of your rewards. But then other than that, it's just doing this mission, which is like the tedious part where you have to actually manually play and use the items. It's not tedious in the sense where it's hard, but it's just tedious in the sense of it's a free-to-play event where you have to actually play it. But for the caliber of units that these guys are, with how insane the clones really are as a team, and I would definitely be willing to do this for them. But like back in the day, like when we had to do this for like free-to-play Goku when he initially came out, or like the Ginyu Force free-to-plays when they initially came out, like their EZAs were pretty good, but when they initially came out, they weren't that great. But like if I had to manually grind those units, I'd be a little bit more hinged, because it's just like I don't really care for them, and they're not benefiting my account in that big of a way. But these guys, like I could genuinely see myself like actually link level these free-to-play units and use them throughout this anniversary, and they actually feel like solid options, which is a big thing for me, at least. I don't like grinding units that I'm never going to use just for, hey, I want to have this art in my box, which is like I kind of do, but it's, I know I'm never going to be able to get like a complete collection on Dokkan, because it's one of those things where you have to put a lot of IRL money into it to really get like every unit that they ever release, especially like if you were going for like a rainbow. So going for even like one copy of a unit can be pretty difficult, but that's besides the point. That finishes up our tech run. Now let's go ahead and just check out the illustration mechanics, see if we are able to just use the non-illustration ones to feed into the illustration ones. There we go, we do have that there. So now if we go to growth, yep, there is the special illustration Goku Black, and you are able to just use the normal illustration to do his SA leveling. And then we can just, oh, we don't want to do that. We do not want to do that. So there's the normal illustration going in. That is the SA level, bam. And then you can just go to hidden potential. And for hidden potential, I'm assuming you aren't able to use the other illustrations. We'll go ahead and double check that with the AGL one. There we go. That is him ready to essentially be rainbowed. You could have also just UR'd the other tech ones before feeding them in for the 100% ratio, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and take a look here for the AGL one. And yeah, you do have to use the same illustration to feed in the hidden potential, but other than that, you can use them to just SA level. So that is something to keep in mind. And obviously the last thing that we'll go over right here is if you go to the unit itself and go to training, so you see that they're 50%, which is really weird actually. These guys should just be 100% since they're URs, but they decided to make them 50 for some reason. So we're just going to go ahead and let's make sure that's the one that, yeah, this is the one that we fed the dupes into. Let's go ahead and train him up, see how many we can get. And yeah, this is pretty much all you do. You go ahead and do your one run, where you get your stage 4 run in, and then you can just go ahead and auto-mode it. For the rest of it, it does not really matter. But that is essentially everything you need to know in order to how to get the free-to-play Goku Black team. That is one of the best free-to-play teams of all time, and is definitely a must grind for anybody who is playing the anniversary during this year. With that being said, this is Wisen, signing out.